What's up guys, this is Eddie. Welcome to a new video. This video is all about Fire Dps Loadout and rotation after the stat revamps and the GU73. This video is going to be a little bit different than the other. This video has two loadouts and you can choose whatever you want depending on your preference. And before we start, you have to look at the DPS rating of this week, and it's very surprising that Rage is not doing that good after GU75. Electric is on top right now, and Nature has been nerfed a bit, and so there has been few changes between the powers. The Rage is number 2 now. Earth and Rage are doing almost the same damage. Electric is number 1. Fire and gadgets and quantum and what else, celestial, and yeah, these powers are doing better than before, and they are almost in tier 2 now. Like, they're all in tier 2. So that being said, let's get started and look at the first loadout. Alright, so before we look at the loadout, we're gonna look at the gear and the mods. I am CR 213 right now, and I'm might based, so my might is 18,727. This first loadout is might based. I am spec'd for straight might in red sockets and might and health in blue, might and power in yellow, but I am using straight might in blue socket of chest, and I'm using straight might in yellow socket of shoulders, because we don't need that socket affinity bonus for precision and weaponization rating. So that's why I'm going for straight might in rings as well. Other than that, blaster diopter weapon, escalating might, core strength, maximum damage, it's similar stuff. I do suggest going for empowered channeling, if I think that's what it's called. Basically, if you use that hand mod in the hand socket, you won't get interrupted by some particular powers. It is really good for alert if you don't have a tank. It's really good for solos. It's really good for duos. But yeah, in the raid I would prefer to go for maximum damage, because you have a tank, and if you have a tank in alert as well, yeah, go for maximum damage, because you don't have the aggro and you are probably not gonna get countered. So this is basically the mods and everything. Let's look at the stat points now. Before you spec for the stat points, go for a weapon, and don't forget to get the weapon. Obviously, just get one. If you don't have enough skill points, you don't have to get whole weapon, because this is player from the trade loadout, right? Second one is super speed or flight or acrobat, whatever you have. Don't forget to get this one. If you have extra skill points, please forget these 5 innates. If you don't have extra skill points, forget about these. But yeah, these give some resistance to the breakouts, controlling effects, and helps you with the breakouts and gives you some extra power. Iconic powers, don't forget to get the robot sidekick and new venom boost, my 2 favorite powers right now. And yeah, stat points. So you're gonna spec for superpower, because it's gonna be play from the tray, and you get 10% might, 10% power, and 25% power regeneration bonus. You get critical attack chance, you get critical attack damage, and then you spec for might and power. Now, if you still have extra skill points like I did, just put them in the health. And other than that, yeah, you're good to go. And let's look at the ability loadout. Alright, so the first one is Inferno. Basically, this is AoE attack. It damages your target over time, and the power interaction with this is it burns the enemy, right? Stoke Flames, this is also a damage over time, and it also heals you for about, I think, 9 ticks, 10 ticks, and it also, the power interaction with that is burns the enemy. So, but you have to be close for Stoke Flames to work. This one you can pop from the range as well, but still, if you're in the range, well, I'll talk about it later. Fireburst, third one, is basically your it does huge damage. So the power interaction is, if your enemy is burning, enemies will take additional damage. Flame Cascade, same thing, enemies which are burning will take additional damage. Robot Sidekick, your pet, for additional damage. And Neo Venom, whenever you pop this baby, you're gonna get some additional damage output. So this is basically the classic Fire loadout for advanced mechanic, and it's still doing really good. So I am gonna show you the rotation and everything. Let me fix this up. Alright, so what we're gonna do is basically we're gonna pop 1 and 2, we're gonna clip 1 and 2, and then just do 3, and then do 4, 4, 4, and then go back to 3. This is very simple and very easy loadout, but make sure you're close to your enemy for stroke flames to work. If you're not close, doesn't matter. But yeah, this loadout is basically mid-range or close range. You cannot go full range on this loadout, you won't do much damage. So closer you are, the more damage you will do. So it just look like this, something like this. So you clip this and then just pop number 3. You do flame cascade 3 times and then go back to fire burst, and then again and 2 times, and then your number 1, oh sorry I messed it up, and they are back. So you do it again, and your number 1 and 2 should be out. I am out of power, so yeah. So 14,422 damage and 13,000, and then obviously the last one doesn't count, I stopped damaging. So this one is pretty simple loadout. It works really good for ads, and it does pretty good damage on single target as well. And now let's move on to the next one. Alright, so the next one is basically, if you are going to spec for this loadout, if you like this one, there are a few changes you have to make. First of all, you are not going to be fully might spec, you are going to be a little bit of precision spec as well. So instead of going for might and straight might in yellow of shoulders and blue of chest, go for might and health and might and power, so you can get the precision socket affinity bonus. Or if you want, you can actually go for precision and health and precision and power in these 2 sockets, so you can get extra precision for that. But yeah, I am fully spec for might. I use both loadouts, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, you are going to be doing a really good damage if you spec for both. Other than that, for stat points, you have to get the bow. So we are going to be doing main damage from the bow, and make sure when you get the bow, go for martial arts, get the full weapon mastery, and then don't forget to get the smoke bomb, because smoke bomb is doing a lot of damage. So we are going to put that in use until they nerf it. Get the super speed, don't worry about the power thingies. Iconic power, same thing, robot, sidekick, neo, venom. And under stat points, you're gonna expect for weapon expert, critical attack chance, critical attack damage. So when you spec for weapon expert, you get 10% basically bonus for total damage, weapon damage, but you do get minus 25% power regeneration. So but you are gonna get your power back whenever you hit your enemy. And obviously you will be running with Troller. If you're in alert, there is a rollless buff, so you will be getting power back. If you are in duo, you are getting blue bubbles from the ads, you're getting your power back, so you are good to go. After that, spec for precision, get everything in the precision. If you still have extra skill points, get more might and power. So yeah, more skill points. This loadout requires a lot of skill points, so for this to work really good. So yep, let's look at the rotation. Oh no, wait, let's look at the loadout. So the only thing which is different from that the other loadout is we are replacing fire burst and we are putting in fiery weapon. So fiery weapon is basically it is a weapon buff. It basically increases the damage from your weapon attacks for a short time. And that's about it. And don't forget to use the precision sorters in the raids or alerts, whatever, flex sorters, use the trinkets and whatever. So this loadout is melee and it does good damage, but you have to be super careful because you're meleeing. You have to be careful about your health and everything. Rotation is pretty simple, 1, 2, and 3, and then do your smoke bomb combo and then just press 4. This is how it looks like. And yeah, make sure you see this loading bar when you do the smoke bomb. Make sure you don't press number 4 until you are at about 60 to 70%, or your smoke bomb won't hit the target. So yeah, now I'm already out of power, but yeah, you get the idea of the loadout. So 14,400, 14,200. So you can see both loadouts are doing pretty much the same damage, but that's on the dummy. So when you go into the raid in the real situation, this loadout is definitely gonna do much more damage than the might based play from the trail loadout. So go for this loadout if you can handle the melee. If you can't, just go for the power based loadout, the might based loadout, and you're good to go. So I'm just gonna leave you with the demonstration of both loadouts, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any question, just comment in the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, and see you guys later.